I am greeted by blue skies and a breeze on this fine late summer's afternoon. On days like today, I love to watch the gentle giants dance. It is most relaxing to watch them sway and make music with the wind. By now, most of the flowers have fallen to the ground or transformed into fruit. And yet, every now and again, I come across a late bloomer, a flower that is seemingly out of sync, following their own rhythm, their own cycle. And this makes me ponder how I have arrived late in my becoming, how I am rediscovering lost parts and old dreams. Perhaps you can relate, Wonder Weavers. It takes love for a dream to grow and flower, and it is okay if it is planted and grown later than expected. Hello Wonder Weavers, I'm chatting to you while I'm enjoying my afternoon tea. I hope that you're enjoying your morning or afternoon tea while watching this video. I have been thinking a lot about what it means to be a late bloomer this week, and this line of thinking has been inspired by my walks in nature. I've been observing fruit trees. Many of the trees are ready to drop their fruit, but there's always one or two flowers opening up just as the fruit is ripening. And in my inquiry and reflection, I have realized in many ways I am a late bloomer. I didn't do a lot of things that people expected, and it's taken me a lot longer to achieve certain milestones. I think my journey with art is an example. I always wanted to write and illustrate books, but after some negative experiences as a child, I developed a lot of fear and anxiety around the art, and I've had to work through these barriers, and it's taken me a long time. It's taken me more than 20 years, and I'm really grateful to be able to share my journey with you. Obviously, I haven't achieved this big dream yet, but everything that I'm doing here on this channel, for this channel, is to help me little by little move towards that goal. It's never too late. That's the message that I've received this week. And if you're watching this and you're just starting on your artistic journey, please know this. It doesn't matter when you begin. It's never too late. And start today, not tomorrow, today. As always, Wonder Weavers, I am very grateful for your support, and please continue to share. I love reading your stories. So I hope you enjoy this week's vlog, Wonder Weavers. This week it was all about cleansing rituals. I made a dry sink for the Enchanted Cottage and a washstand for the Dollhouse. So, without further ado, let's get creative. This week I returned to work on the Dollhouse, making a washstand, which I will place in the bedroom for now. But if you've watched my latest short, you'll know that the house has a new resident, Miss Cordelia, and I'm not entirely sure where her bedroom is going to be. Washstands can be elaborate or simple, and as you can see, mine is the latter. It consists of 4 legs, a shelf, sides, and a top which supports the basin or bowl. As you can see, I've cut out all of the parts and the majority are of balsa wood. I will use dowel rods for the legs. My measurements are in the description. While simple in design, there are 2 main challenges. The first one is creating the hole for the basin. For this task, I start by drilling holes on the inside of a circle I drew in graphite. As you can see, I'm using my awl to do this. You could also use a drill. Once I've drilled the holes, I cut out the circle with my hobby knife. I continue to carve the wood until the bowl sits nicely in the hole. Then I sign the circle. It takes patience and a little bit more effort, but eventually I get there. The second challenging task is carving the legs so that they look more fluted. I wanted the ends to be tapered, so with my utility knife I use a sweeping cut to thin the ends of each rod. I'm starting the cut around 2 centimeters from the bottom. Then about 1.5 centimeters from the top of the leg, I chisel. With smaller cuts, I create channels and grooves. I sand all the pieces until all of the edges are smooth. Then I paint them dark brown with watered down acrylic paint. And then I assemble the pieces with glue. I first glue the legs to the stand's top. Then the side pieces, which sit under the top. Finally, I glue the shelf and then its frame. So far so good, Wonder Weavers. The second related item I made this week was a dry sink for the Enchanted Cottage. A dry sink is simply a bowl and a pitcher. This set was commonly used to wash up and clean vegetables in the kitchen before indoor plumbing was introduced. The Enchanted Cottage's set is smaller than 1:12 in scale. It is more rustic in appearance, inspired by actual stoneware sets. I start by conditioning the clay, and as you will notice, I am mixing colours. They are white, brown, and stone-like. The stone-coloured clay is actually by Premio. I roll the clay into a ball, and then with the help of my pen, I begin to mould the shape of a bowl. With my fingers, I expand the sides of the bowl. Next, I take a small amount of clay, rolling it into a little snake. And then I make a ring of clay around 1 centimeter in diameter. This will be the base of the bowl. I then conjoin both parts. I roll out a second snake of clay. This one is longer. I set it on the mouth of the bowl. And then conjoin the pieces. With the help of the lid of my nail polish, I make some final adjustments. I then move on to making the pitcher. This time I'm using my trusty paintbrush. Following similar steps, I place a small ball of clay onto the end of my paintbrush and work it until I've achieved a more globular shape. I conjoin a small ring to the base of the vessel. Then gently I remove the incomplete vessel from the paintbrush. I then take 2 small balls of clay and I mould the first one into a C shape. This will form the spout of the pitcher. Once I'm happy, I move on to adding the handle. I take the second ball of clay, rolling it into a very thin, snake-like shape. I trim the clay. And conjoin it to the body of the vessel. I bake them in the oven for a few minutes and lightly sand any uneven edges. The good folk are hosting a little tea party with squirrel and deer as guests. And as a token of thanks, Squirrel has offered to wash up. Thank you for watching, Wonder Weavers. Don't forget that you can connect with me on other platforms. My newsletter will be coming out soon, and that is on Substack. Meanwhile, all of my other platform details are in the description below. Take care, stay well, and don't forget to play. Adios. Ciao. Don't forget to wash behind your ears, Cordelia. What do you mean you can't do it? Oh, I see. Muffin, out of the basin.